First quarter of business, since we starting off late, we just gonna get right into it. Continuation from last week's news of the blockbuster trade with Dame Lillard going to Milwaukee. It's some residual effects happening because now Jrue Holiday is now a Boston Celtic. He got traded for too much. I think 2 first-round picks, Robert Williams, and also some other motherfucker.
Malcolm
Brogdon. Another nigga. Yeah.
He was the
People, I'll start with you. Reaction to the trade following the blockbuster Dame Lillard trade. We talked about Boston being a contender for Jrue Holiday, but now that he's on their squad, does this put them back up there with the top 3?
Yeah, they're number 2. You know, I think I had an
above who?
Above Philly, Miami, whoever the hell else is.
Still underneath the Bucks.
Yeah, still underneath the Bucks. Initially, I felt like the Celtics definitely topped the Bucks, but that was initial reaction. After I calmed down a little bit, really took my basketball vision and wisdom and applied it to the situation.
He went to ESPN and FS1. That's what happened. They talked him off the list. He was about to come in here and gas.
Nah, not at all.
Brian Windhorse.
No, not at all.
Pat back the feet.
Not at all. Hey, this is FIFA 24/7 all day, every day. Get it right, Nick. But nah, for me, it's exactly what Boston needed. I don't think it's too much to give up when you get the perfect piece for what they're trying to do. For the last 3 years, I've been screaming and hollering that they need a point guard. They finally got a point guard that fits exactly how they want to play. Obviously, he defends his position. He could defend up to 3 smaller threes. We know on the ball, he's one of those guys, and he could shoot the rock and create, right? Like, I wouldn't necessarily call him a playmaking point guard, but he can play make, he can score, he can take advantage of smaller guards. He's one of the few point guards that could go take a smaller guard and post them up, get easy buckets. You know what I'm saying? So for me, what that does for Boston's offense, now they can take advantage in a lot of different places. You could play small, right, and not be small. Obviously, you got 7'3" man back there. Jason Tatum ain't small. Jaylen Brown ain't small for position. Jrue Holiday ain't small for their position. So I like what they have. But here's the reason why they're number 2. Dame and Giannis are by far the best duo. Dame was
arguably in the NBA.
No, not arguably. They are.
Oh, okay.
It's 100%
okay.
is.
Okay.
Because who had the most paint points in the NBA? Giannis. Who scored the most points off, or who generated the most points off of pick and roll basketball? Dame. And they've never had a guy like each other that complements. They're the perfect complementary players.
Who's gonna run the pick and roll with him though?
You could put Giannis and have Dame run the pick, because now what are you gonna do? You just gonna let Giannis turn the corner?
Giannis is really not a pick and roll player though. He's gonna have to do it. When has he ran pick and roll? He's never done that. That's not what he has to do.
He has done that.
Ooh.
What do you mean with who?
He didn't run pick and roll.
If you watch Bud's system, was Bud not pick and roll? Was he not motion offense? Was he not? Does Giannis not create from the top of the key? Giannis creates in that way. Now here's the thing.
He does, but it was easier to stop him when you packed the paint.
Exactly. But now when you pair him with Dame, you can't do that. Because now you're playing downhill. Because in that pick and roll situation, at the end of the day, Shelton, Giannis knows how to set a screen. Giannis knows how to roll. The motherfucker scores the most points in the NBA. So now when he gets that ball, what are you going to do? You're going to double team Dame and leave Giannis downhill with 2 shooters in terms of 7-foot big man Brook Lopez, and on the other side, Chris Middleton? You know what I'm saying? So it puts your defense in a quandary. Now you could reverse it. Giannis has enough ball handling and playmaking skills to run the pick and roll with Dame, right? He could come off of that. What are you going to do? You're going to double Giannis? You're going to stay on Dame?
You don't have to convince me on the duo. I said arguably, but I didn't want to take it there because
I took it there.
Because it's on paper still. We haven't seen it in action.
Right. Who did you have in front of them? Who's the argument?
When healthy, I will say this. It's hard to argue against AD and LeBron.
Nah.
It's hard.
Bron is old. Let's just be honest. Bron runs out of gas now. Year 21.
We're going to start that already.
But it's the truth. The nigga's 40. I understand, but he's old.
Disappears at times, so I can't.
I just said when healthy. No,
No,
LeBron was hurt last year.
No, but old is old. Oh, you could be old and healthy
That's
and still
fine.
be old.
That's fine, but
here's the thing, though, right? And I forgot who said this, and I 1,000,000% agree. AD has the game of a number one and the mentality of a number two. Or three sometimes. Dame and Giannis, number one guy.
I get that. We haven't seen it, though.
Drink more water.
Hey,
Drink more water. You stole my thunder. He said Jokic and Murray is the top duo.
they nice.
Proven by the championship.
They nice.
And the fact that they're both on the court.
I gotta see them go. I gotta see them this season.
To me, they're the second best duo.
Murray's so
But they're on the
far.
court. That's my biggest
Off
thing.
paper alone, I'm picking Dame and Giannis.
I get that. And
So I'm not even
yeah.
thinking about Joker and Murray, but I'm not. I mean, they won a title, so it's easy to say that. But we ain't see Dame and Giannis yet.
We didn't see Dame a lot last year or the year before that. That's my only thing is how much time
they-
is we going to get Dame on the court. So they can be
That's
the
'cause he's
best
on
on
a shitball
paper.
team.
No, they also
he
asked
missed a
him to
lot
sit
of
the last
games.
9 games of the season, too.
Yeah, but even you take that part out, he still missed a ton of games the past 2 years. So
The man 33,
we're
he getting
assuming
old, too.
him and Chris Middleton are going to be healthy, which they have not been.
I would say this, the number one duo is still Tatum and Brown, even though they haven't got it.
Man can't go left.
I mean, they haven't
It's
gotten it
documented.
accomplished, but those are the only two people that have been to the finals together.
The only thing I would say
Now they got
No,
KD.
so LeBron
Now they have-
and AD was in the finals.
Hold on. If you want to go there, then we got to say Jimmy and Bam. How many times have they been to the actual finals?
all right, now
More
we're
than
just-
Boston.
we're just
I'm
talking
just
nonsense.
saying. Just
That's
take
a strong
we're
duo.
talking nonsense.
I would put them top 5.
My
Right,
thing-
that's a strong
So
duo, but that
my-
doesn't make them the
Jokic-
best just because they have
Jokic
some
and Murray
before.
are champions.
My point is, Tatum and Brown are still the best duo because they've taken their team the furthest.
Jokic and Murray the champs.
I would put Boston still ahead of Milwaukee
They're
because
third if you're going
they
off of that.
have
Jokic
they
and
have
Murray
going by
are
Holiday.
the champs.
They
Going
have
by your
KP.
logic, they're third because we've seen LeBron and AD win a title. We've seen
They're in
Joker
the
and Murray
West.
win a
I'm
title.
talking about in the East. They number one in the East. I
Okay,
wouldn't. I
okay.
wouldn't compare them to the Lakers or the Nuggets.
Bam and
but if we're talking
Jimmy,
about the East,
Bam and Jimmy been in the
Yeah.
finals twice in the last
they
4
have.
years.
But now that I got KP and I got Jrue Holiday.
Now that you got
somebody that
KP.
helps-
But we talking dynamic duo. We
When
talking about
was
the
the
duo.
last time we
It helps
said
the
now
duo
that you
be
got
better.
KP? Huh?
Hey,
So you saying Chris Stapps and Drew is better than right
Yes.
now Chris Middleton?
if we're going
and
4 for
Brook
4,
Lopez?
yeah, they better than the
No,
next.
you're
Nah,
insane. You're
nah.
insane.
Absolutely.
The
Nah.
Bucks already have
Absolutely.
They already have 2 damn near defensive player of the years.
Absolutely.
On their squad right now.
I take Jrue Holiday over Kristen Middleton any day.
Do you?
No.
Any day.
No, Drew Holiday's
Any
comp is
day.
Dame.
Did you not remember what
Drew Holiday's comp is Dame.
But where was Middleton at?
Middleton was hurt.
Exactly.
That don't
The
mean-
best ability,
was
the best,
horrendous,
the best
bro.
ability
I've
is
seen-
availability,
I've seen-
and he wasn't there. And
I've
he
seen
hadn't
Chris-
been there
I've
for the
seen
last
Chris
2
Middleton.
They
years.
wish Jrue Holiday wasn't there.
I mean, but he was on the court, Ken.
Well,
he was on the court.
we gotta move on.
Unfortunately.
We gotta move on. For time wise, we gotta move on. But I will say the Jrue Holiday thing with the Celtics doesn't it excites me just based off of seeing him go against Milwaukee in those matchups. Outside of that, it seems like the Celtics are just like the 49ers where they've been looking for a quarterback to do this shit. They got all the pieces outside the
but they got a
quarterback.
guy.
And I don't think Jrue Holiday is Brock Purdy at best.
Let me ask you
for that
this:
team.
Do you
That's
think
crazy.
he's better than Marcus Smart
He
defensively?
is.
He
I was
is, but
just
that's
about
okay.
to say
No,
that.
no,
That's like saying he's
defensively and
better-
offensively.
That's like-
he's
got
better
you
on
to the
both sides
That's
of the
like
ball.
saying Brock Purdy is better than Jimmy G. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Look,
I've seen Marcus Smart take him to the finals, but I also seen him he ain't do shit in there.
Jrue Holiday is better on both sides of the ball, and he shoots 38.6% from 3.
He ain't never been defensive player of the year.
38 point.
Has he ever been defensive player of the year?
But
He's a defensive
Marcus Smart ever
stopper.
shot 38% from 3?
I get that, but
Hey,
you said he's not better than him defensively. I
Okay,
disagree
that's
with
fine.
that. I disagree
That's
with
fine.
that.
That's fine. You have an argument there, but he's definitely better on the offensive end.
I give you that.
Okay.
So let me ask y'all, are any
We
of
got
y'all
last
excited-
question,
real
last thing,
quick,
but we gotta go.
Are any of y'all excited about the Portland side of this thing in the Hall that they
No,
get?
we don't give a fuck about that.
I
That's
think
a,
yes,
that's a
in the
5-year
long term.
project.
I want
bro.
to see Scoop and Aiden.
I do want to see that.
Yeah.
I
and
think
you got Robert Williams.
yes, and I like the Robert
ain't
Williams
gonna-
pick.
He getting traded
Draft
by
pick.
that.
And I like the draft picks. I want to see what they get for Malcolm Brogdon before I can be all the way happy.
That's a 5-year
'Cause he's
project,
going.
bro. Don't nobody give a fuck about that.
Shit, I give a fuck. Just like OKC.
And how long we been waiting on OKC?
And OKC's here.
It's been about
OKC's
10
here.
years.
Yeah,
That's
hey,
about
they
10
here.
years.
OKC's
This
here.
supposed to be the
All them draft picks they got back in what, 2012, kid?
Done shit
Ain't
with
done a
OKC
goddamn
is here.
thing.
OKC
They drafted
is
a
here.
white boy who got broke in the first in preseason.
This supposed to be their year.
Shaq will be top
OKC
3
is
this year,
here.
bro.
Let's move on.